Gonna restream. Acting weird today. 11. Oh, 14 out of 16? Well, that's good. We've broadcasted 14 out of 16 channels. I can't complain about that. Twitch is down. Trovo is weird. Facebook, one of my Facebooks is weird. All of my YouTubes are up. Periscope is weird. That's okay. What's up, everybody? How's it going? How are you? My two viewers that are here. Debbie, four-name woman, what's up? How's it going? How's it going, everybody? Everybody's doing good? I've got a lot of channels that are online. That's good. Hey, Callie. Hi. Things are okay? Yeah, things are great. Slow news day, man. My processor's at 60%. Looks like I got enough bandwidth to do whatever. That's good. Let's pull up the news here real quick. So, yeah, Texas is kind of the Democratic legislators are stopping the stupid fucking racist voting laws from going into effect, but they don't know how long they're going to be able to stop it. Um, I don't like talking about that stuff because it's so frustrating how stupid people are. Um, God, Sidney Powell's still relevant because CNN is making her so. How am I? I'm good. You know, I'm hanging in there. I'm nothing really going on. Nothing in the news. Stranded in a river. God, 3D printer is only $235, man. It's crazy. Crazy affordable. Eddie, what's up, buddy? Good morning. Thank you. So, a major meat producer was hit by a cyber attack. Steel and lumber prices are sky high because of Trump's tariffs. Thanks, Trump. Yeah, so they blocked the January 6th commission. So they're not going to be investigating the cause behind the January 6th insurrection. hate charge against a guy attacked an Asian woman in Chinatown. Peru more than doubles its official COVID-19 death toll, leaving it with the world's worst death rate. Hey, Nick Brown, what's up, buddy? New video shows objects swarming Navy ship before they disappeared. This is on CNN. Objects are swarming a Navy ship. They're swarming it. Oh, I can't wait to see this video. Oh, yeah? Your brother's coming home? Right on, buddy. That's awesome. Newly released video. Objects swarming Navy ship. Oh, it's from, of course it's from Jeremy Corbell. Fucking douchebag. Dude. He's a famous person. I can say whatever the fuck I want about him. I just want a cage match with that guy.
The video of radar on a U.S. warship off the coast of California shows multiple objects popping up around the Navy ship in July of 2019.
That one's pretty much perfectly 000 relative, right? Yeah.
263, 3 miles, 55 knots speed.
It comes ahead of the release next month of a highly anticipated military report on what the Pentagon calls unidentified aerial phenomena. The man who posted the footage is documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell. He joins me now. Jeremy, good evening. The footage is...
Fuck you, Jeremy Corbell. So these guys see something on radar. They're like, hey, man, what is that? You're like, I don't know. And then that's it. That's the whole video. Hey, if these objects were swarming your fucking ship, why didn't you go outside and take a picture of it, you fucking douchebags? You're showing us little blips on your fucking radar. All I'm saying is this to my audience. Just don't be part of the fucking sheep, okay, man? Hey, Gene. Thank you for dropping the digit. Hi, hippie chick. You know, I think my audience is more in tune with being part of the sheep. I got 7 viewers. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. You follow the nay wave. Cheers, Gene. I'll smoke with you, honey. Well, I just I hope you guys don't fall for the whole Jeremy Corbell bullshit. You know? Fucking Joe Rogan gave that guy a platform, and now every other goddamn CNN and everybody else is having this douchebag on. I just, it amazes me how fucking stupid and easily fooled people really are. I mean, this brings back the whole goddamn snake oil salesman persona, you know, and that's exactly what he is. And people just lick it up, man. They fucking lick it up. Cheers, guys. Oh, God, that tastes so good. It's not about some people, man. It's the majority of people. I just can't believe the lack of pushback. I don't see anybody out there going, hey, man, you guys are idiots. You guys are douchebags. Jeremy Corbell is a fucking cunt. CNN is fucking dumb cunts for having him on. Yeah, Eddie, I wish more people listened to, man. This 7 viewers thing is hard to keep me motivated, man. You know? Wait and see if he's going to lay down or not. So, no luck as of yet, but I'm not going to stop trying. Hey, Karen. Dalton, thank you. Dude, are there really only 7 people watching this show right now? Yeah, I forgot to make coffee this morning. That might be part of my problem right there. Oh, it's not 7 people. It's 4 people. Phil, Sean, Karen, and Eddie. They're lying to me. There's more than 4 people watching the show. Hey, if you're watching the show right now and you can hear my voice, press number 1. I got Sean, Karen, and Eddie. It says there's only 4 people watching. And Phil. I'm down today. I need some fucking coffee, bro. I'm watching on YouTube. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look at that. Wow, look at them lying. Wow, look at all the people watching the show, dude. Oh my God. Wow, man, I didn't think anybody's watching. I'm so embarrassed, man. It's fucking Restream's fault. They can't give me a goddamn number of people that are watching the show. I'm so sick of this software. Refresh the page again. And now it says 0. I'll refresh it again. This one's stuck on 7. Now it says 2. Wow. Dude, I can't believe I have to do this, but I have to contact these fuckers again and tell them that I can't believe I'm paying for this fucking software. And lots of great coffee. I need some coffee right now. Chat counter says 2 viewers. I can't believe I pay you for this crap software. Adam, what's up, buddy? Let me get my kafefe. Let's get the kafefe. I need some kafefe. Dude, I just need me a splish. A nice splish of kafefe, and then I'm good. Let me get that started here. I'm all set up here. All I gotta do is start the running here. There, I will have coffee here in minutes. Or multiple seconds. Hey man, I tried mango nectar. I never knew if I was a fucking fan of mango or not. But man, I saw mango nectar in the store, so I got some. Oh man, is that fucking good. Mango nectar. Never even heard of it before. Out of coffee, but get paid soon so I can get more. I just tweeted nays on. Thank you. Kafefe. Awesome fresh brewed Java, right? Yeah, it's going right now. Chat counter says 2 viewers. I said, I can't believe I pay you for this crap software. Now it says 20 people watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you. God, dude, I was like so depressed, man, because it's fucking crazy, man. Do you guys realize I pay them almost $1,000 a year for this software? And they can't even tell me how many people are watching my show properly. And they just can't seem to fix the issue. They just can't seem to fix this problem that they've had for over a year. What brand? It's Pete's Coffee, Tommy. You had a mango tree? Wow. Did they just write me back? The team will reply as soon as they can. Okay. You reply whenever you can. I'd like to address your entire staff live via Zoom chat right now. Or you guys can just tune into my live stream. Have everybody in your office gather around a laptop, right? And let me talk to all of you right now. I'm like, hey, everybody. Hey, thanks for coming. All right, y'all, this is the entire Restream staff. Okay. I've been complaining to you for over a year that you guys can't seem to tell me the correct number of people that are watching my show when I go live on your software. That's all of your fault. Every single one of you. Okay? And all of you today need to work and fix this issue for once and for all. And you need to contact me and find out if it's working or not. You know, if I'm the only one experiencing this problem, fine. Then I'm doing something wrong. Maybe it's I've got this ad blocker on that's interfering with your shit. Whatever the issue, figure it out and fucking fix it. Hey, Dolch. Yeah, they need more fucking people to work on it. They need a better fucking software developer. They got one of those red-haired, freckled fucking engineer motherfucking cunts. Yeah, I want to be an engineer. Be an engineer. Yeah, because you engineers, you make stuff so much better. It's so that for a podcaster, it's so important to know how many people are watching. You know? I mean, if your audience is one person, you're not getting out there. You're not either your material's not interesting enough or people don't want to see it, or you're being algorithm, but whatever it is, you need to know what the status of your audience is. You know, it's like having a comedian go up on stage in an auditorium and then blocking his view of the audience so he can't see anybody out there or hear if they're laughing or anything. Isn't that great? Yeah, buy one for Bond Loaded. Etsy. Etsy, I got that. I think it was $35. And you can have on it whatever you want. You just put on there whatever you want. Keep it open. Take us to the shower with you. You hope the Zoom meeting really happens? Well, you know what's funny is I've told them to fix this so many times. How hard can it be to have software that can see a number on a screen, right? And see a number on another screen, right? And then add the numbers together and give you the total. How hard could that be in the software? Why is that so hard for them to do? You know, it's the most important part of this thing is knowing how many people are watching. You know, if I got 50, 60 people watching and all of a sudden my chat number goes to 0 because I've lost everybody because I got disconnected or whatever, I need to know that. You know, sometimes it'll get stuck. It'll be like 27. It'll just get stuck on 27. I don't know. There could be 35. There could be 8. Sometimes I leave it on 27 and I know it's wrong just because it motivates me to pretend that there's 27 people watching and to put on a good show. Sean, you're so funny. Right on, Nathan. Anyhow, watching the sunrise, what's really cool is I could see both the sunrise and the sunset from this chair. It's pretty fucking cool. Facebook is working on it. Can't be hard if they use algorithms to fuck you constantly. Right, Tommy? Dolch, usually it's because they tie too much shit together, and when they tweak one code, it fucks every other code up. Therefore, they have to rewrite the whole program. But usually that's them being lazy, and it bites them in the ass. You always put on a grand show. Karen, Sean, should have been a comedian. I'd be a hell of a lot richer. Tommy, that's dope. Great spot you got there. Thanks, Tommy and Sean. Thank you, guys. Now that I know there's a lot more people here than 7, it makes it so much more enjoyable for me. Cardano's sticking around 1.7. Yeah, 1.73. Cardano, it's okay. Yep, I'm at almost 50% on my position on Cardano. I'm at negative 27% on my position on Bitcoin. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm still in the negative, and I'm fine with that. You're welcome, homie name. Sunrise from Earth. I was looking for my camera. I was gonna take a picture and show you guys. There's the sunrise out my window. Pretty cool, huh? Sun is right on my face. That's sunlight. It's cool. Little motivation. You're 25. Hey, Nathan, let's not call it weed anymore, okay? Cool. Yeah, I don't call it weed anymore. I know I used to. I used to call them weed reviews and shit. Yeah, we done changed that name to cannabis. So join us, please, and I can very easily explain to you why the word weed, we don't use it anymore. You look up the definition of the word weed in the dictionary. It says a useless plant. So, you know, we don't want to play their game. I'm sick of playing their game. People who would have you believe that cannabis is useless, and they want you to call it weed. They want you to call it something that sounds worthless and dirty and unwanted. They want you to use that terminology. They want you to refer to yourself as a pothead, that you're smoking pot, that you're smoking weed, that you're smoking grass. I mean, what's more worthless than grass, right? So years ago, we started calling it cannabis. You should too, man. If you've been watching me for that long, change with us, grow with us. We're someone's in Facebook jail. If you're watching, just come to YouTube. Just come to YouTube and chat from the YouTube. Why would you? Why if you're in Facebook jail and can't watch from Facebook, just go to the YouTube app and go to Nays Garden. Boom, you're talking, you're chatting. Cannabis. Oh, you don't owe me an apology. That's great, man. I'm glad that you want to call it cannabis. It's important, man. I was worried when you weren't saying anything back, but now I'm happy. Because one person at a time, man. We change one heart, one mind at a time, and before you know it, everyone realizes the actual conspiracy is banning cannabis. That's the real conspiracy. That's what's killing us. That's what's that's what our blind spot is. You know, we have this, what's up, Chris? We have this giant blind spot. You know, a lot of people think voter ID is a good idea. A good idea. It's a blind spot. You know, it's fucking stupid. You don't need voter ID. A lot of people think that you know, restricting the days that people are allowed to vote, like no longer allowed to vote on Sundays, that's a good idea. That restricting mail-in ballots, that's a good idea. People think that. People literally think that's a good idea. And in their minds, some of them think it's a good idea because they think it makes the process more pure. And a lot of them go along with the narrative because they know it's restricting black voting. Where do people stand on that issue? Well, that's inside their hearts and their minds, isn't it? You never really know. But votes speak louder than words. And when you look at the entire Republican Party is trying to deny access to voters. They're trying to restrict the amount of access that you get. Okay, so you're losing. You know that you're losing because your policy sucks and the people don't agree with you. Don't change the way we vote so you could try to gerrymander your way back into power. Change your stupid fucking policies. That's the problem, Republicans. That's the fucking problem. You're not popular anymore. That's the fucking problem. Why is that so hard for them to fucking see? And guess who's doing the same thing? The Democrats. They also don't want to do what's popular. They don't want to give you what you want. They don't want to give you Medicare for all. They don't want to give you a $15 an hour minimum wage. And it shouldn't even be. It should be a $25 minimum wage. You know, if you guys want to keep it real, you know, $15 minimum wage is a slap in your faces. Man, those COVID shots are making everybody feel bad. It's fucking crazy. There's a lot of people getting reactions to it. And I'm just speaking anecdotally. There's a paper wasp in here. The lights are confusing it. It doesn't know how to get the fuck out here. Let me try this. Maybe it'll fly out. If I do this. Oh wait, it's right over here. I think I can catch it. If it goes back against the window again. It's the window, little dude. There, I got him. I just caught me a paper wasp. Now I'm gonna go let him go outside. Nope. I thought I did. I thought I caught him, but I didn't see him come out of the. I thought I caught him. Oh, nope. I didn't catch him. He's right there. Let's see if I can catch this little fucker. He's pissed. There. Now I got him. Now I definitely got him. All right. Here you go, little dude. There you go. Boom. All done. That was easy. So easy to do. Easy to catch a hornet or a wasp and let them go outside. If they just wait for them to fly into a glass, take your little microfiber rag, man. Go like this. Catch them in there, fold it over, go outside, unfold it, and they fly right out. Easy. Turn off all the lights in the house. They go right to the window. You know, only have one window blind open. They'll go right to that window. Or open a door and pull all the blinds. They'll go right out the door if they see the light out that door. You know, they always fly towards light. It's really easy. They're little pollinators, man. As many times as I've done that, I've never been stung by one. Anyhow, this is weird is that the chat numbers are different. This one says 17 and that one says 19. You know? Okay, so. I am looking for the poker. Oh, there it is. Great call. Great call. Man, I'm so frustrated, guys, because I I have so much to say about indoctrination, and it's like I don't even know where to start. So I'm just gonna try to start, you know, and get this out because I need to say it. What I see going on with Jeremy Corbell all over CNN, MSNBC, The Hill Rising, Joe Rogan, um, I see a lot of hosts out there that are willing to not really look closely at what they're reporting on. Because if you looked closely at it, if you looked close enough at it, you'd realize it was weak and not factual and completely lies, actually. Um, you guys ever been using software and it glitched on you? And you're like, whoa, you know, and then it came back or whatever. You know, like you saw some code pop up on the screen, um, you know, for a second, flashed a page with a bunch of characters on it. This used to happen back in the day more. Or you're playing a video game, right? And you accidentally bump the console, and all of a sudden you see all these characters and letters go across the screen, and it freezes up, and you see colors and stripes. So when you hear Jeremy Corbell tell you that he's got a video from a Navy ship, and it shows a radar, and it's a computer, it's got software, it's electronic, and all of a sudden they see all these blips swarming the ship, and they don't think to go outside with their camera and film these objects that are swarming their ship. Do you even possibly think that while you're listening to Jeremy Corbell tell you his stories, he's telling you as such a great storyteller? Do you ever think for 1 second that, hey man, maybe that fucking computer glitched? Maybe it's the same thing that you've seen happen to a game console could happen to any computer. And some humidity, a bug, literally a bug, like an insect, was inside somewhere the electronics in the radar, and one of its little insect legs touched one of a diode or a little piece of metal, and another leg short-circuited something. You know, a moth, a piece of dust, a human hair. You know, just pieces fucking oxidizing. You're not getting any updates on Facebook? Yeah, I know. You got to look for me, man. You got to go out of your way and look for me. You guys should all join the group. I don't know. Do you guys ever get notified from a group that's on Facebook or anything? I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know. I don't have, you know, if I had somebody working for me, it'd be great because then they could do all the promoting. You know, they could every morning when I go live, they could go on every goddamn social media and put the link up and say that I'm live and this is the title and this is what we're covering. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, it'd be awesome. I don't have time for that shit. You know? That's why I ask you guys to share it. You guys are kind of working for me, you know? It depends on how hard I can get my audience to share it out. That will reflect how many people we can get to come in here. And whether or not I'm giving you guys legitimate content or not, which I'm trying to do right now. So let me get back into that. Most of the time when I see these things, tech glitches are always a possibility before hitting UFO panic button. Rule out glitches and bugs, especially when you see a bunch of blips on the radar and they're all the exact same thing. Okay. Run up to the cat and stomp on the cat. I'm going to start with the Discord for the gardeners, so when you go live, I'll send a message directly to everyone. We already have a Discord. Nay's Garden. That cat says, once I get outside, all bets are off. The cat's trying to get out the door. And the dog's like, I'm not letting you get outside because I'm fucking controlling you inside the house. He's watching the dog trying to slick by him. It's so funny. The mind right. Yeah, Woody Woozy. I know, right? So, man, you guys, anything you guys can do to bring people to the show, you do whatever you need to do, man. You don't have to ask me for permission. The point is to get more people here. But like I said, I don't know if people really want to hear what I have to say. Let me keep going. The fact that Crystal Ball, Sagar Angetti, Joe Rogan, the staff at CNN, MSNBC, all these other podcasters that interview Jeremy Corbell and these pilots. The fact that they are, he's trying to show the cat how bad he is. He's ripping up the bed. The cat's sneaking out the door. The cat's outside. He's safe. He's made it to home base while the dog was distracted. The fact that so many of these people are willing to not realize I mean, Joe Rogan, CNN, MSNBC, all these people, are they playing into it? Do they really believe that we're being visited by aliens from other worlds? Does Tucker Carlson really believe that? And that he really believes that the military should investigate these things because he thinks that there's, I mean, they don't even have, like, even if you were like, okay, so maybe it's another country, you know, with some kind of technology. There are two things. Number one, they don't even have real footage of anything like that where you could look at it and go, yeah, that's a drone. That's fucked up. They don't even have that. Number two, all the other countries of the world go, dude, we don't have any kind of technology like that. They all say it. China, Russia, Israel, they've all been asked, and they all come out publicly and they go, dude, all these UFO sightings that the USA claims to have, we don't have that kind of technology. Before I did live streams, Chris? Yeah. You guys have to rise above that mentality, and I don't know if they really believe it or not. Do they really believe that we're being visited by little green men? All of these shows? Why would you put Jeremy Corbell on your show? Do you really believe that they're seeing drones from other countries? I mean, if you look at the footage, it's all debunked. Why don't they look at the debunked guys on YouTube? Why are they only listening to Jeremy Corbell? You know? And I like that. I was listening to I can't think of his fucking name. I was listening to this guy that had the pilot on, and he said, hey man, this guy debunks you. What do you have to say about this and that and the blah blah blah? And the guy had no fucking answers. But then again, the debunk wasn't very strong either. It wasn't a very strong debunking of what the guy said. It's just like, you know, you're just going by what you claim you saw, and what you claim you saw, you're only is only as accurate as what your eyes can perceive. And you could be fucking totally lying as well. And he's like, oh, but there's 3 other pilots. Yeah, and they could be 3 other pilots that want to be your friend, 3 other pilots that want to go with the flow. Let's say, you know, one of them's going to agree with you because it's your buddy and he's got your back on everything you say. Then the other 2 are like subordinates. And they're going to just go along with it because they want to be promoted. You know, or in the future, he's dragging his bed outside now. He's totally dragging his bed outside. Yep, that is happening. My point is this. There's all kinds of explanations. This is just one that I'm doing this, proposing. Hopefully that's why you watch the show. Because all of you should be doing this. All of you should be doing this. That's my point. What Joe Rogan failed to do was to go watch a Thunderfoot video. You know, what CNN failed to do was to go watch this guy. He does great debunking on YouTube, man. I'm talking to the people at Restream too right now. Mick West is this guy's name. And unfortunately, this is not a very good debunking. But, you know, the one that got me was the gimbal. It doesn't usually. The one that got me the most was the gimbal video. And I was like, Okay, I gotta be honest. I really don't know what that is. I don't know what the explanation is for the gimbal video. So I went out of my way on YouTube to try to find somebody who could debunk the gimbal video and explain to me what it is that my eyes are seeing in that gimbal video. Right? Well, it's hard to find because YouTube doesn't want you to know the truth. YouTube wants you to keep searching videos and watching all of these other assholes that are going to tell you, we don't know what this is. We don't know what this is. We don't know what this is. There's someone on the internet. His name is Mick West. And he has completely and thoroughly debunked the gimbal video. He does the FLIR video, the gimbal video, all the ones that the Navy and the Pentagon just released. He debunked these a year ago. And my point is this, you know, YouTube doesn't want you to see this. These only got 23,000 subscribers. CNN doesn't want you to see this. Rising the Hill doesn't want you to see this. Joe Rogan doesn't want you to see this. And this one guy, I can't think of his fucking name. He does an interview with this guy, with the pilot. And he was on Joe Rogan. I just can't think of the guy's name. He's a guitar player and he's a programmer. And he does podcasting. He does AI programming. He's Russian. I just can't think of his fucking name. He's Jewish. Black hair. He's always dressed like Men in Black. Black tie, white shirt. You know, really corny, cornball motherfucker. But he could play the fuck out of guitar, man. Printed their body on Earth. I wish I could curse like Nay, says Hash. What's up, Hash? That's funny. Look. Anyway, this video is so easily debunked once you see what the gimbal video is. Right? His debunking is amazing. I can't believe nobody watches this shit on YouTube. Okay.
In an unusual move, the Pentagon have officially released 3 videos of unidentified aerial phenomena, which have taken the internet by storm. Speculation is rife about the
of the horizon, which happened to be my garage in the video I made. But yeah, this is something you can demonstrate that it happens. It makes perfect sense if you look at the actual mechanics of.
So he talks about, ow, motherfucker. He talks about the way a gimbal works. The gimbal is the rotating device. Anybody that messes with drones knows this. Camera will move with the drone if it's just mounted on there. So the gimbal is a device that senses the movement of the drone and keeps the camera steady. So the gimbal is electric. It moves. It's got little motors in it. And it'll move that freaking camera around to keep it level and give you a good shot. He explains that what you're looking at in this video is just typical an aperture glare. He says it's not a UFO. He says, and as the gimbal rotates, the object rotates in the you totally see it too. Once he explains it, you literally see the clouds shift as this UFO rotates in the middle of the screen. He literally shows the glare on other cameras do the exact same thing. That glare is a very common shape. It looks like a little UFO. It does. It's fucking aperture glare. It's hilarious. So you guys look at this. This is not the one that I was watching. This is another one, but I want you guys to see this one too, because I don't know what he's going to say right here. So check this out.
Of the gimbal system. The gimbal, if you look at the patents, they describe that they have a gimbal lock correction that happens between plus or minus 3 degrees, around 0, and that's the exact point that this rotation happens.
Right. So as you see this UFO rotate, you literally see the clouds shift as the gimbal is moving to track that thing. So that thing is just a glare inside the fucking camera. And as the camera rotates, the glare rotates with it. The clouds don't rotate because of the way the gimbal moves. The gimbal's on a front mount. So as the gimbal scrolls, the camera spins slightly. Just enough. It spins exactly the amount that you see the glare move. That's what the camera's rotating. Funny, right? That's all it is.
Around 3 degrees.
And there's kind of an aurora, almost like a white glow, almost around that as well. What do you think that's caused by?
Yeah, they describe it as a glowing aura. I think of it as some kind of, they think it's some kind of force field or something. But that's actually a very common thing that you see in infrared heat-sensitive camera footage. It's the sharpening artifact. It's an unsharp mask, which you probably use in astrophotography sometimes. It sharpens the boundaries between dark and light regions, so it makes the edges of things be more defined and helps you see things. And I did a little video and I showed lots of examples of this happening.
It's interesting when you look at
with
that,
a
isn't it?
girl dancing, and she gets this exact same aura around her because it's been filmed in this heat-sensitive camera with this filter turned on. They're using a thing called an unsharp mask, which is just a very common type of sharpening filter. It's very easy to implement.
And now the last one is Go Fast, which has really extraordinary commentary by the pilots, who really seem to be amazed by what they're seeing.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wow.
And that thing does look like it's like a bat through hell, but it's just a kind of a tiny speck. What is it that we're looking at there?
So this isn't the one that I saw. This is not the particular video that I watched. The one where he explains the whole fucking movement of a gimbal is fantastic. I want you guys to see that. I'll go to my history because I think it'll be in my history here. Maybe I'll get lucky. It was Lex Fridman was the guy's name in Men in Black. I couldn't remember. Lex Fridman. Oh, gimbal. Here it is. Gimbal rotation. Here it is. This is the video. This is only 6 minutes long. Watch this.
So there's a lot of questions about the gimbal video and how the craft appears to be rotating. And what it is actually appears to be a glare, some kind of loom in the IR sensor created by it being slightly out of focus and by the shape of the optics. And it's the glare that's rotating. It's not actually a craft itself. It's probably just a distant jet. This glare is rotating.
So that's all it is. So the big fucking footage that the fool that I couldn't even figure out what it was. I'm like, well, what the fuck is that? I mean, what's your explanation for that? It's fucking glare. And it is. And in this video that you're about to watch, he's going to show you why it's glare. You're going to fucking understand why the cameras work the way they do and why it looks the way it does.
How does that happen?
You're going to really like this.
I've kind of explained it before, but it's a difficult thing to actually visualize. You got to think about how the camera is mounted. And this is a similar kind of camera configuration. Now, a lot of times you'll see cameras mounted like this, especially underneath helicopters. They're mounted so that they can pivot like this, and they can rotate around like this. Which means that if you want to track something, you just point down at the angle that something is moving at, and then you just rotate the camera around, and it will
Happy
track it.
710,
That's straightforward. But with the AFLIR is the type of camera that's being used in the gimbal video. The camera's mounted like this. It's mounted forward. It's facing a forward direction, which means you can only rotate in two ways. You can rotate along the horizontal axis, and you can rotate up and down.
You guys are sharing this. This is for you. Thank you, guys.
It's actually quite difficult. When
See
something
who's
is
sharing.
pointed
Eddie,
down,
Nick,
how do you pan?
Gene,
to the side?
Hippie
You
Chick,
actually have to tilt the camera up
Don
and down.
Mitchell,
That means that the
Karen.
image
Thank
seems
you
to
guys.
rotate.
Cheers.
So if the image is rotating, that's something you don't want. So what they do is inside the camera system, there's a thing called a derotation mechanism, which actually takes that rotation, corrects it, and puts it the right way up. But the camera is rotating, which means that the glare can rotate. This is perhaps a bit easier to visualize if you look at something a little larger. Here I've done something that's got similar degrees of freedom. There's a stick with a hinge, basically. And if I stick it inside these two holes I've cut here, I can rotate it around the axis. This is the same essentially as being on the underneath of the jet. So this is rotating around the forward axis, and you can rotate up and down, which goes to your left and right if you rotate around that way. So
Yeah, Dominic, a lot of people will look you in the eyes and tell you that they've seen UFOs, man. It doesn't mean shit. You know? Doesn't mean dick, Dominic.
if I was to track something like the edge of this table, say something that's running along here, or flying along here,
Dominic, trust me, everyone's got a story they're going to fucking say they think that you're going to want to listen to.
and I wanted to track that motion, then if I start pointing over here and move to here, you'll see that everything has to actually rotate. This will be even clearer if I add on a stick, so we can actually see the actual line of sight of the camera. I'm just going
This is
to
important.
attach this here real quick.
Watch what he does here. He's going to show you the line of sight of the gimbal.
Okay, so now we've got the same setup as before, but now we have this stick representing the line of sight of the camera. So this is what the camera is looking at. Now notice where the up direction is on the camera. This will tell you that the horizon is going to be perpendicular to this up direction. So if we were to drag something over to the side, you'll see that the camera's up direction now has to move quite a bit, which means that the camera itself is rotated, which means that internally it has to then use the derotation to get rid of that rotation. So if we're tracking something from left to right, you'll see it will move across, and then it'll start tilting the other way.
See how it rotates? See how it rotates as it moves?
We'll just use this as the way of tracking the object.
So, as the camera tracked, as it moved, right? As the camera moved across on the glare spun with the camera movement. And that is all. Oh, it's defying the laws of physics! Oh, it's defying the laws of physics!
Now, in the gimbal video, it's actually only pointing down a fairly small amount, around 2 degrees. So that
And wait until you hear why that video is titled the gimbal video. Start thinking about that right now, too. Look, there's your object right there, guys. There's your UFO. There it is.
changes things a little bit. So let me just flip this upside down, and we'll see how that actually affects it. So here we've got a more shallow angle. You'd think it might make the problem a bit simpler, but it actually makes it worse. You have to rotate a lot, almost instantly with a small motion. But once you've gone past that angle, the amount of rotation that's needed isn't that much, which means that when you get close to the center, if the angle is very shallow, and it's actually going to be a bit more shallow than this, then you're going to get a more sudden rotation as you cross the 0 point, the straight ahead point. You see?
And you know, this is true. What he's talking about is totally true, because that sort of camera movement drives me crazy on my cameras because I'm OCD. And when I scroll left or right, it makes my horizon lines do that shit. So I totally understand how a gimbal works. And I understand what he's trying to show with this beam of wood right here. He's showing the line of sight and how it rotates as a gimbal camera moves from left to right.
When it's here, almost instantly with a small turn to the side of a few degrees, I'm already at nearly 45 degrees. When it's tracking over here at a shallow angle, it actually doesn't rotate very much. And this is something that we see in the gimbal video. We see when it starts out, it's quite a large angle, and tracking left to right, there's very little, if any, visible rotation. When it gets gets in the middle though, it has to do this large corrections, because when you get to go the other direction, we need to flip all the way over.
Now,
So you see from here to here, there's about a 90-degree correction.
you guys look, and I looked at this over and over again. I played this over and over again. Watch the clouds right here. Watch the clouds. This is the giveaway. Watch the clouds as this thing rotates. I'm going to show you over and over so you can see it. The clouds move as that thing rotates because the camera is scrolling. That's all that's happening. Watch.
Now, this isn't the only mechanism to flip all the way over. So 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 direction, we need to flip all the way over. So each direction, we need to flip all the way over. So direction, we need to flip all the way over. So each direction, we need to flip all the way over. So each.
Now, is anybody having a hard time seeing the clouds shift? Well, I show you that over and over again. As that thing moves, you guys see the clouds shift? Are you guys able to see that that camera is not steady? The camera's moving. You can see the clouds shift as that thing spins. Are you guys able to see that? Am I showing you that?
You see from here to here, there's about a 90-degree correction. So you see from here to here, there's about go the other direction, go the other corrections because when you get corrections because when you get to corrections because when you get to go the other direction, we corrections because when you get to go the other corrections because when you get to.
I mean, you literally see this horizon line will literally change as this thing spins. Now, it's so obvious that this is inside the camera and this is what's going on outside. It is so fucking obvious. And when you look at this over and over again, watch.
To go the other direction. When it gets in the middle, though, it has to do this large rotation. When it gets in the middle, though, it has to do this rotation. When it gets in the middle, though, it has to do this rotation. When it gets in the middle, though, it has to do this rotation. When it gets in the middle, though, it has to do this rotation. When it gets in the middle, though, it has to do this large middle, though, it has to do this middle, though, it has to do middle, though, it has to do this 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 large middle, though, it has to do this large middle, though, it has to do this large corrections.
Isn't that great?
Because when you get to go the other direction, we need to flip all the way over.
Dude,
You see from here.
I'm telling you, this video fooled my eyes. When I saw that, I was like, why doesn't Thunderfoot debunk this one? Why doesn't Thunderfoot debunk this fucking video, the gimbal video? I said, that's the one that I have a problem with. I want to know what the fuck that is. And this guy, he's like, dude, that shit ain't nothing. He's like, that's a fucking glare on the camera. And then he shows it to you, then he explains it, and then as you watch and as he walks you through it, you literally see the camera moving as that thing, as the glare spins. It is completely debunked in this video. And there's fucking Jason, whatever the fuck, and those other cunt motherfuckers all talking about all over the goddamn mainstream media and all over podcasts everywhere saying, oh, it's defying the laws of physics. It splashed down into the ocean. It goes into outer space. It's going 14,000 miles per hour. It's traveling at light speed. It's doing maneuvers that we've never seen done. Are you fucking kidding me? Watch this guy. You know, why won't Lex Friedman have this guy on his fucking channel?
Here there's about a 90-degree correction. Now, this isn't the only mechanism that the camera has for adjusting the rotation. It also has some internal finer-grained stabilizers, gimbal mechanisms inside. So that will actually correct with a very small amount when you go from left to right over here. But when you get to over here,
I'm taking my shoes off. We're going into the fun house.
It needs to do a much bigger correction, which is why we see this large sudden turn and then another turn, because it needs to go and start turning the other way. So a big point about the gimbal video is that it's called the gimbal video.
Right?
And
Right?
the reason it's called the gimbal video
Right?
is that it's demonstrating essentially artifacts of a gimbal camera system.
Exactly. And the fucking military doesn't want to just come out and tell you that. Yeah, we call this the gimbal video because it's demonstrating an artifact inside some gimbal movement on a fucking jet. You know, one of our pilots saw this and was like, what the fuck is this? And so we looked at it. We call it the gimbal video because it's obvious gimbal movement, and you can see the cloud shifting as the object that's not even there, it's a glare. As the glare spins, you can literally see the cloud shift with it. So they call it the gimbal video. It is so pathetically obvious. And the problem is this guy, not enough people watch this guy. The other problem is he doesn't spend enough time calling these motherfuckers cunts because they are all fucking cunts. And he needs to call them all dumb fucking cunts. He's just so polite and nice. Nobody's going to listen to you, bro. You know, you're right. This guy's correct. But here, listen to what he says.
This is a gimbal camera system. A gimbal just means rotating mechanisms within other rotating mechanisms. It's gimbal. This is essentially the same thing because we've got two axes of rotation.
Two axes of rotation.
There's actually something called gimbal lock, which is a well-known problem with limited degrees of freedom of camera systems. And this is something that obviously the Navy would be aware of, and perhaps they just called it this video gimbal because it's the video being used in training. Perhaps the name itself is a clue to exactly what's going on. You wonder why no one thought of this before, but
you wonder why no one thought of this before. That is all he says. You wonder why Jeremy Corbell, Joe Rogan, CNN, MSNBC, The Hill Rising, you wonder why none of them ever thought of it before. Let's listen to him say that.
Perhaps they have other explanations that they prefer. What's going on? You wonder why no one thought of this before, but perhaps they have other explanations that they prefer. What's going on? You wonder why no one thought of this before. What's going on? You wonder why no one thought of this before. You wonder why no one thought of this before. You wonder why no one thought of this before. You wonder why no one thought of this before. Because
YouTube won't let people like him and me get our voices out there for enough people to hear us. Because we're the ones speaking the real truth. We're the debunkers, man. We're the ones that are giving you the real deal. And YouTube doesn't want you to know it. So when you type in gimbal debunk on YouTube, all you get are videos from CNN with Jeremy Corbell telling you this is the most incredible technology we've ever seen on video. This is the video that proves it. Because, Dominic, Leo, because people like you will be distracted by it. Dominic, Leo, it's because there's people out there in the world like you who will be distracted by this whole UFO narrative, and they want you to be distracted by that while we're bombing Palestinians and Syrians. That's why, bro. That's why, okay? You want to know why? There's your answer, all right? I'm sad that one of my viewers actually has to have this explained to them, but there you go, guys. There you go. You know, the government's not saying anything. They're just throwing the narrative out there without saying a word. And they're just letting people run with it, like Joe Rogan. You know, they're letting people like CNN and mainstream media. Look at this, the videos I've watched. What the fuck happened to Idiocracy? Every single one of these videos has been debunked, guys. Every video's been fucking debunked. Space farts. You know, if we weren't spending so much time talking about UFOs, man, maybe all of these news companies, mainstream media outlets, and even podcasters like Joe Rogan, maybe they could be reporting on actual news to y'all instead of this fucking bullshit. It might be nice if maybe you guys send them an email and let them know how you feel about that. You know, be like, hey man, how about you guys cover the actual news instead of this crackpot cunt motherfucker Jeremy Corbell and his whole UFO crackpot cunt crew. All right, we're sick of you assuming that we're all a bunch of fucking idiots out here. And I gotta tell you, I'm sick of people out there being a bunch of fucking lackeys, sheep, lemmings, idiots, fucking uneducated indoctrinates that will literally sit there and believe these fucking videos instead of going out of your way to find the truth like I did. You know, hey, if you're gonna believe the bullshit, go out of your way to try to find out what the real truth is first. All right? If you're gonna subscribe to the bullshit. I'm so tired, man. I'm fucking tired. It's tiring because I know people, I just aren't a lot of people out there listening. You know? And it's important. It's important, man. Not to me. It's important to all of humanity that people realize when they're being lied to. That's an important thing, man. You know, it's not my perception of it. It doesn't fucking matter what I think about it. People need to not be so fucking easily lied to and fooled by these people like Jeremy Corbell. I'd like to have a fucking conversation with Jeremy Corbell. Personally. You know? I'd like to have a conversation with him. Little green men, Jeremy? Little green men, aliens? Okay, it's never happened. It's never going to happen. All right? So let go of it. You're not going to prove dick. Or, as my friend Kyle McMarijuana fucking Secular Talk likes to say, Dickie McGee sacks. Kyle fucking Marijuana Kalinsky. The racist fucking cunt, as he likes to say. You're wasting your time, and these aren't even drones, man. This isn't even, your videos don't even show people, you know, like showing literally objects. It's all bullshit. It's all debunked blurs and bullshit and camera tricks. You know, that any fucking 12-year-old could do with their fucking cell phone. You know, anybody can fake a UFO video with a piece of glass in front of a fucking camera. Super easy, man. Super easy. You take a tiny little UFO and put it on a big old piece of glass with a frame, like a window that you're holding in your hands. Have somebody take a video of the moon. Take the glass and put it over in front of the camera and go like that. Boom, your video's done. Your little tiny UFO just went across the sky. You know how easy that would be to fucking fake? Oh, it was blurry. It was moving so fast. Well, maybe that piece of glass was really close to the camera. You know, and that's just using a piece of glass, and that's just one way to fool the eye, man. These blurs, I mean, come on. Your eye is easily fooled by shit. You don't know what you're fucking looking at. You need to go investigate it when you don't understand. It's not aliens, man. You never got visited by aliens. You never got abducted. Listen to me. If you're watching my show right now and you still swear to the fact that you think you got abducted by aliens, please stop watching my show. Just leave. You're unreachable. All right, you're part of the problem. You haven't figured that shit out yet for yourself. You need to leave my fucking show and go do some meditating and figure out what the fuck is going on in your life. You know, I cannot help you. Glad to see no one left the show when I said that. You know, I'm not doubting anybody that says they've ever seen something in the sky they couldn't explain. It's happened to me twice. I never said they were fucking aliens. I never said, well, I saw something in the sky I couldn't explain. Aliens! We're being visited by aliens because I saw something in the sky I couldn't explain. Twice. Hey, Frying, what's up? Oh, so, you kids, don't be part of the indoctrinate crew. Okay? That's the people like Eddie Bravo and Joe Rogan, and you know, I want to call these fucking cunts out on CNN. You guys need to check out Mick West on YouTube. Mick West on YouTube. Go subscribe to his channel. Man, I swear there was a CNN. They had fucking Jeremy Corbell on fucking CNN. I swear. It's not coming up in my library right now for some reason. Gingers do have souls. Gingers got souls. Dude. Fox. He's on Fox. He's on the Today. Jesus fucking Christ. CNN. These Navy pilots. 60 Minutes. Video captures flying objects that officials can't explain. Pentagon confirms UFO video is real, taken by Navy pilot. The Hill. Jeremy Corbell. New UFO video shows spherical craft diving into ocean. No wreckage found. Oh God, I just want to fucking scream, man. Like I said, there's a lot I have to say, and I just don't have the words, man. Inside latest UFO video confirmed by Pentagon. The Hill rising. Okay, so this is the video I want you guys to see. This is a CNN report. CNN, man. CNN report. Look at the lights flashing on the blurred out airplane. Look at the marker lights flashing on the airplane that anybody could clearly see. The Pentagon confirmed leaked video of an unidentified aerial phenomenon. A UAP was taken by Navy personnel. Oh, wow, man, I am so fucking amazed. Wow, look at this blurry footage.
It's roasted.
They literally cover up. They literally cover up. You could see it. You could see the cloud shift. And they cover it up right there. Right here, look, with words. They cover up the clouds. When you could see the gimbal movement, they put words across the bottom of the screen. The Pentagon formed a task force in 2020 to improve its understanding. See, that's important news. You need to know what year they formed a task force. Isn't that hilarious? This is fucking CNN, man. Literally covering up the evidence with they're literally covering up the evidence here with stupid words that you don't even need, so that you can't see that while this glare is rotating, the clouds are rotating with it. Hilarious, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious that when that glare is completely moving with the movement of the airplane that's tracking it. You guys notice that? That's one thing you got to think about. Hey, man, wouldn't that thing be like going like this or something? Or wouldn't the airplane be moving a little bit or something? Or wouldn't there be a variance between what you're filming and what you're flying in? Wouldn't there be some sort of variance? Huh, isn't that weird? It doesn't move at all. Unauthorized aircraft. Lots of reports. Fuck, I'm out of coffee.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
They don't show you the whole video, right? I bet you the whole video, they're sitting there and they're like, oh, it's not going away. Do you see anything outside? No. What is that? I think it's a glare on the camera. Look, it moves with the camera. Yeah, I don't show you the whole fucking video, right? CNN Business. That is news. That is CNN, who has an audience of millions and millions of people, just straight up lying, obfuscating, hiding evidence in videos so that it looks real, helping these guys, helping Jeremy Corbell with his bullshit lie narrative, helping these fucking pilots that just want to get their dicks sucked. That is literally what these guys want. They just want to be famous. They want to get their faces out there. And my only hope is that every single one of these cunt bitches gets their faces plastered everywhere as the snake oil fucking cunt lying sacks of fucking cunt rags that they are. My only hope. You know, like I said before, I don't know how to put this into words, man. I am so frustrated at how stupid people are. Look at this. Confirmed sighting! Confirmed! Fucking.
A couple of weeks back, we discussed the Pentagon's leaked footage that showed what appeared to be glowing objects flying near this Navy destroyer. Now, the video was leaked to film.
The video was leaked, and it shows flashing lights on an airplane with a blurred out aperture. This has been shown over and over and over again.
Maker Jeremy Corbell. He made the documentary Bob Lazar, Area 51 Flying Saucer, and I'm very privileged to be joined by Jeremy now to discuss this video and more. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this video, which you exclusively obtained and you put it out there. Start to finish, obviously we're not going to talk sources or anything. What does the video show? And then what did the Pentagon say about the video?
Right. So the Pentagon confirmed that I was able to obtain and release.
Do you guys think that maybe the Pentagon is setting him up with these videos and not saying what they are? So he will put them out there. Then people like me will go out on the internet and tell people, hey, this is all bullshit. This is all debunked, whatever, so that he gets called out and shamed, basically, and ignored by the public.
So George Knapp released 3 images out the cockpit of an FA-8 UFOs. These are
not a fall guy. Not a fall guy. No, Brian. They want to fucking all these motherfuckers to just be known for the idiots that they are. They're not looking for a fall guy. You're Frying Squirrel, you're insinuating that these fucking UFOs are real? They don't need a fucking fall guy. They want him to out himself, man. They want the world to know what a bunch of fucking idiots they're being.
They're unknown until known. So that's what we released, is images and video.
I mean, they literally called that video the gimbal video. They literally said what it was. It was the movement of a gimbal. Any moron could have figured it out. Oh, it's called the gimbal video. That's a big piece to the puzzle, isn't it?
Video of pyramid shape.
The title that the military named the video?
UFOs or UAPs.
Yep.
As well as an additional set of images of a U.S.
Hold on a second, guys. I don't want to miss a second of this shit. You know, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if Jeremy Corbell doesn't believe any of this shit anymore. If he's done enough investigating that he's literally proven to himself that this is bullshit. You know, I'm sure he's found out that this video is bullshit.
Oh, an object that is transmedium and breaking the barrier between air and sea. And that was off of the USS Omaha. And then as it...
No, this is not breaking the barrier between land and sea. That is definitely a jetliner flying through the sky. That is all that is. It is fucking plainly obvious. You can see the lights flashing on it.
As I said before, 3 images outside the cockpit of an FA-18 fighter plane, and these are extraordinary images and footage that were confirmed by the Pentagon as being filmed by the Navy.
As many times as Jeremy Corbell has looked up in the sky and tried to see UFOs and he's seen airplanes with those flashing lights on them, how can he sit here and pretend to act like he doesn't see these lights flashing on this fucking blurry triangle?
Okay, so whenever we're talking about this, how should we contextualize it, Jeremy? You've been at the forefront of revealing the UAP phenomenon along with the programs within the U.S. government.
Dude, I want to cage fight both of these guys. And you know what? No tag team, 2-on-1. I want to take them both on simultaneously. You know what I will do? I will grab both of them by the backs of their necks and I will shove their fucking heads into each other and both of their heads will explode because my rage is so powerful towards them. I will just take both of them and go, BAM! Like a god! I will destroy their faces. Boom! And they will explode into dust in front of me because my rage is so powerful.
It seems
Cheers.
People like me who are more recent converts, so to speak, in terms of being interested in the issue, that everything broke forward in 2017. Explain your, obviously you were integral in bringing that to light, but also where you think this is going.
Sure. So first of all, yeah, my history with the topic is, again, George Knapp has been a mentor to me. He's been on the forefront of bringing this information about these UAPs forward, for over 30 years. I was able to obtain information and get in on investigating the Nimitz encounters with Commander David Fravor prior to it ever going public. I mean, for like 4 or 5 years prior to that. So we were able to break that story before even the New York Times. So people have started to understand that, this is serious, that I'm, somebody that is trustworthy as far as looking at this information, and that if I release something, I've had it for a while. Now there is an argument. People are saying, oh, these are Russian or Chinese or an adversarial nation.
Yes.
Now, let's just address that. If that were to be true, that is a bigger problem than something completely unknown or out of this world. So I'd like to keep every possibility on the table.
Dude, is this guy an expert of national? Is he an expert in national security? Is he an expert? So, how do you know aliens don't wish us more harm than Russians and Chinese do? Listen to the bullshit that just came out of this motherfucker's mouth.
I've had it for a while. Now there is an argument. People are saying, oh, these are Russian or Chinese or an adversarial nation.
Yes.
Now, let's just address that. If that were to be true, that is a bigger problem than something completely unknown or out of this world.
Really? Is that your expert opinion? Are you now? You're on Rising. You're on on the hill, bro. You're on the hill. It says the hill in the bottom corner. You're talking like you're a fucking expert in the field. Are you kidding? You don't have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You are an expert in fooling people. You are an expert in lying. You are an expert in being a charlatan. You're an expert in selling snake oil. You are an expert in promoting your own bullshit lying narrative. That's it. You're worthless, man. And it's fucking crazy how much credence people like sucker fucking Andretti give you.
So I'd like to keep every possibility on the table until we exclude them. But one thing is for certain. UFOs, UAPs, they represent an advancement in technology that no nation on Earth has ever displayed in the theater of war.
So a thing that can be blurred into a triangle with flashing lights on it's never been displayed in the theater of war before. Man, does he know what a bunker-busting missile is? Yeah, it's a missile that can literally fly through a fucking window. Yeah. We got those. He's an idiot, man. This guy is a fucking idiot. You ever heard of a submarine launching fucking missiles They go from the water into the sky. They break the barrier of the ocean and they break the barrier of the ocean and the atmosphere. Yeah, we've got that already.
Mhm.
And now we are seeing incursions by UAPs in our restricted airspace over sensitive facilities. They can actively jam our radar and weapon systems.
Actively jam the radar and weapon systems? Yeah, that's right. Because glare doesn't show up on fucking radar, does it?
And they hover at times and manipulate our nuclear weapons.
They hover and manipulate our nuclear weapons. I want to fucking pull my fucking brains out of my ears right now, like the Egyptians did. When the Egyptians did that shit to people and pull their fucking brains out their nostrils. Yeah, I want to just pull my brains totally out of my skull right now. I'm dumber now listening to this fucking cuck, cunt, lying piece of fucking sack of fucking cunt shit. This fucking dick turd, this fucking ball sack, this fucking snipped penis. This is all this motherfucker is. He's a fucking bobbit. This motherfucker got bobbited. Somebody fucking snipped this penis off of somebody, and now he's fucking worthless, laying on the side of the road somewhere. Look at his head, he even looks like a fucking penis.
How is this not important?
How is this not important?
It doesn't matter where UFOs, UAPs come from. That's an epistemological issue that people can deal with. I'm looking at this as a scientific issue and one from national security standpoint.
He's looking at it as a scientific issue, everybody. This motherfucker's a scientist. Yeah, he's gathered all the evidence.
And a conversation that we need to have either way without ridicule. And that's happening now. That's happening.
It absolutely is happening. And it wouldn't have come to, I think, of millions of people.
How long before this motherfucker is outed? You know, how long before this little smiling cunt fuck, you know, this fucking ball sack of shit, this snipped penis is exposed like the little child fucker that he is? When will he be exposed? This fucking pedophile and his little pedophile buddy Sagar. These fucking pedophiles of the truth. They're fucking the truth.
Attention without this. And as you say, that's something I definitely want to talk about with you, which is that in response to your video, there have been a lot of discussion about Chinese and Russian drones, etc.
Really? Where's the image? Where's the picture? Where's the video? Where's the footage of the Russian and the Chinese drone? You know, do you have a photograph of one? Do you have a video of one? I'd love to see it. You know, how hard could it be to take an image of a drone that's flying right next to your jet?
How that could be the possible explanation. As you say, if that's true, I mean, okay, let's find out more, because that sounds scary as hell to me. If they can jam radar systems, you know, move beyond anything known to human technology. And
no, there's no evidence of that, Sagar. You're just feeding into his narrative, and right now you're just making his dick hard. That's all you're doing. Look at this. This is like gay porn right in front of us. These two are about to start sucking each other off.
And you know, mess with nuclear weapons. What is your assessment generally of how the government is handling this? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, there seems to be a new level of disclosure, which is making some people in the community uncomfortable, saying, why is this all coming out now? As somebody who's been trying to get this out for a long time, what's your response to that?
I think it's a dangerously myopic to try to identify unidentifieds just based on one video or two videos. We have electro-optics and sensor data that is just so robust, and more of that is coming out. So I think our government response, remember, this is a representative government. I mean, you know, we have people representing us, and we have been lied to, you know, for decades.
He's been to the Adolf Hitler barbershop school. just looks like a penis head to me. His head looks like a penis. Look. Look. This is the fucking head. This is the head of the penis, right? And here's the little dick. Here's the little dick, right? And then here's the tiny little balls, right? Here's the tiny little balls, and then here's the pubic hair. You know, he looks like I mean, seriously, come on, look. He looks like a penis. Look at this. See this? That's the dick head right there. That's the tip right there. That's the tip of the penis. This right here is the shaft. Right? This is the vein right here. This is the penis vein. Right? And here's the balls. Here's the balls, and here's the pubes. Here's the pubes.
And this is provable. We were told in 1969 the end of Project Blue Book was the end of the U.S. government's interest in UFOs. We later found out from George Knapp about OSAP and ATIP and all of these programs to study UFOs. I will tell you, behind the scenes, the scientific community and our military and defense department, this is the #1 topic, because these vehicles, as you see in the images I released of the USS Omaha incursion, what you're seeing are vehicles with a propulsion system that is not a reactionary propulsion system. It appears the propulsion system is a field propulsion system, that these craft might possibly be gravitationally propelled.
And the thing is literally moving across the sky. It's an airplane, so I mean, we know how they fly. It's just flying in a straight line. Can you believe this motherfucker?
You see in the images I released of the USS Omaha incursion, what you're seeing are vehicles with a propulsion system that is not a reactionary propulsion system. It appears the propulsion system is a field reactionary propulsion system. It appears the propulsion system is a field propulsion system, reactionary propulsion system. It appears the propulsion system is a field, is not a reactionary propulsion system. It appears the propulsion system is a field propulsion, is not a reactionary propulsion system. It appears the propulsion system is a field.
I mean, you're telling me Jeremy Corbell can't look at that video and see that that's a fucking jetliner going across the sky in a straight line, and that any sudden moves that you see it make are being moved by the camera movement, which they start realizing when they're filming it. They're like, well, we better jerk the camera around because it doesn't look that special. So look what they do with the camera.
Field propulsion system.
And move it,
might possibly be gravitationally propelled. And they are
they're moving the camera like this, literally. They literally move the camera in a square. I'm going to show you that again.
Is a field
1,
propulsion system.
2,
These craft
3,
might
4,
possibly be gravitationally
5.
propelled.
Look at that.
System. It appears the propulsion system is a field
1,
propulsion system.
2,
These craft
3,
might
4,
possibly be gravitationally
5.
propelled, and that they are transmedium system.
If you can't see that is someone just moving the camera around.
Propulsion system. That these craft might possibly be gravitationally propelled, and that they are transmedium because of that. They can pierce that boundary between air and sea and even space without
even
destruction.
Space.
And that's what we're seeing, and we're going to see more of with the USS Omaha.
I want to slap this motherfucker as hard as I can.
Is the government now coming clean?
I want to slap this motherfucker with the fucking slap hand from fucking from Jackass. I won't wait for this motherfucker to walk outside his house in the morning, go get his newspaper with his cup of coffee, and just have that slap hand waiting for him and just go whap and just slap him out into the street, and then a fucking a Mack truck going 95 miles an hour just fucking totally runs him over. Boom! And keeps going.
Some of this information. It is purely because of an increase of frequency of actual encounters and sightings, and you can argue all day that's because our technology has gotten better. The problem with that,
All these videos he produces are from like 2019, this 2017, this 2014 video. Really, dude, where's all the latest fucking sightings at? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that funny? Isn't that weird?
is there's an increase purely because of an increase of frequency of actual encounters and sightings, and you can argue all day that's because our technology has gotten better. The problem with that is there's an increase in frequency in civilian sightings as well.
You're gonna
So
max
they
out?
are being confronted. Whoever learns how to reproduce the material science and this technology, whatever nation does that first, they win, game over. So it has been public pressure and us eliminating, expelling this ridicule that has been embedded within, U.S. and global culture, for decades. And we're expelling it, and we're...
I hope the ridicule is just starting for this dumb cunt child fucker. I really do. You guys need to look at this motherfucker and realize he's just a dumb cunt. And anybody, man. I mean, he's literally on Rising showing a video of a blurred jetliner.
We're heading it straight on now. We're learning about it. And this is the time.